The number one question that I get on a daily basis when it comes to speculation or trading has to be, what about crypto? What do you do for crypto? How do you buy crypto? How do I buy crypto? So I want to dedicate this video to giving you the confidence on how you can go from not knowing anything or zero to buying or trading or owning your first crypto just like a professional person would. And although none of this is financial advice and I'm not placing any recommendations here, I'm going to walk you through step by step what my thoughts are, my thought process. I'm going to take you through a platform that I've used personally. I'm going to show you step by step what to do, because there's lots of overcomplicated stuff out there and I want to give you a step by step, safe and sensible approach. So let's get stuck in. So for me, if you followed me for any period of time, you'll know that I own Bitcoin. But with crypto, I don't see it as a complete wealth strategy. I see it as something you can add into a balanced portfolio to help you accelerate returns. But it's all going to come down to, at the end of the day, of how much you know about it and how much you have skill in it, right? So I'm going to teach you the skill of actually buying it here to a degree, but you have to have the knowledge. And the way I look at it is this. So if you look at this pyramid here, the stuff you know least about, you might want to just put a small allocation down here, which is going to be obviously lower returns, but you're clueless, okay? And that's not going to keep you up at night. Whereas if you're an absolute expert in, say, Ethereum or Solana or whatever it might be, and you've got expert knowledge and you understand it fully and you're behind the utility of it and you just know what it's, you believe in the future of it, you can put most of your capital into this portion of the pyramid, but you know that you're going to appreciate the max returns because you've got that confidence there. And I would always say, anything that you put into crypto, unless you're really, really full in it, which you're probably not if you're watching this video, never risk more than 1 to 5% of your total liquidity in crypto, because it's way too volatile and the chances are you can handle a 5% fluctuation, but you can't handle a 50% fluctuation. So the first thing you're going to want is a gateway platform, right? So you want a platform that you can actually go and buy or trade cryptocurrency, and you're going to want to use something safe. For me, I need something that's safe, regulated, most importantly, and simple to use. And personally, I've used a few of these platforms. I've got two that I use most, and one of those is Vantage. Okay, Vantage you've probably heard of. They're very trusted. I like them. They're regulated. They're simple to use, and you know that they've got a great reputation and they're safe. So the first thing you're going to need to do if you don't have a Vantage account already is you're going to have to set one up. I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs. You can go and set one of these up pretty easily. You just fill in your details here and you click create account. And when you sign up to these things, you're going to be asked a series of personal questions like your address, your date of birth, all that kind of stuff. Then you're asked to choose which type of account you're going to use. And I get that this is complicated. I think this is where a lot of people give up because they just don't understand the terminology. So I'm going to run through these with you right now. But standard STP is straight through processing. Okay, and it's basically a very beginner-friendly account where the trades are passed straight through to liquidity providers, and there's no commissions that you pay, but the spreads are slightly wider. Now, why might you choose the standard STP over the others? Well, it's simple pricing. What you see on the screen is what you pay. So it's great if you're just starting or you're going to trade very smaller sizes, and there's no need to calculate all the commission costs that go with it. Raw ECN is an electronic communication network. So that is a pro level account with really, really thin spreads or tight spreads direct from liquidity providers. This is the type of account that's better for more kind of experienced traders who want a tighter execution. And the swap free account is considered a Islamic account. Okay, so basically it's an account with no overnight interest. There's sometimes a small admin fee, but this suits traders who need Sharia compliant accounts. So just to summarize, if you're a beginner, go for the standard STP. If you're a scalper, high volume pro, go for the raw ECN. And if you need to be, Sharia compliant with the overnight trades and all the rest of it, the swap free's for you. I just focus on the standard STP because that's the type of account I want. I'm not trading these high volume. If I own crypto, I'm just buying it and that's it. I don't need any of these other things. So select your currency. Mine's the pound. Tick the box to say that you've read the terms and conditions, and I recommend that you read all these terms and conditions as well, and then hit submit. And it says your trading account is now set up successfully. We go into the trading account. It looks like this. Now, before we're going to be able to trade anything or buy anything, right, we need to deposit cash. So this is where you're going to hit deposit, and now you're going to have to actually make a payment from your bank or from your card into the Vantage platform. So for this example, I'm just going to deposit £100 into this account, and you can actually deposit using cryptos that you already own, which I'm assuming you don't if you're watching this video. Credit card, local bank transfer, e-wallets and things like that. I'm just going to use my credit card because it's no fee and it's, you know, it's recommended here. So you're going to be asked to verify your account before you can do that. So let's do that. To verify your account, you're going to have to update some kind of document, like a legal document, like your driving license or your passport. That's all part of the KYC, or know your customer, which is pretty standard, and it's all for your security. So you should be happy that they're doing that. So I'm just going to continue on my phone here. So I've got a, you can see that I've got Apple products, so it makes it very, very easy for me to go between the two. I'm going to take a photo of my passport here. Okay, that's now validated the address, and now we can put £100 deposit in. I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to go with credit card. I'm going to hit pay now. And then you're going to have to put in your card number, which I'm going to blank out for the sake of this, because I don't want you to see my card number. Hit deposit. It's going to take you through a verification process like any payment processor does. Okay, hit continue. And you can see now that we've deposited £100 on this account. Now, when we go back to the home page, just at this stage, what we've done is we've opened the Vantage account, we've verified the account, and we've deposited our own cash into that platform so that we can now use that to buy crypto or trade crypto. So that's the next step. So if you have to do all that first, definitely save this video to watch later now so that you can get all that bit done and then come back to where you left off. I've timestamped this video so you can easily find where you left off anyway, but go and do that now and then we'll go on to the next part. Now, it's a really important step. Once you've registered and verified your account, you'll get an email that will give you a password and a username or account number that you use to access the trading platform. So you have to check your emails, make sure you've got that account number and that password that they send you once you register. And then you go to the tools section and then go to the ProTrader platform. The ProTrader platform is where you're going to need to log in. And the great thing about this platform is it is powered by TradingView, which we all know and love. So that's one of the biggest pulls towards using this platform. So once we're inside the ProTrader platform, it looks really, really familiar because if you've used TradingView, it's got exactly the same layout. This is actually powered. This is TradingView that is rebadged as Vantage integrated platform. So really, really seamless. And we can now place a trade, right? So first and foremost, if you're just looking to buy a crypto, so like here we go, Ethereum, or you can just type in Bitcoin, right? And you can just change to Bitcoin. Let's go back to ETH. Okay, so USD. So we're going to look to buy this, right? So just to buy this, I mean, just from a technical standpoint, and I'm not going to go too much into this in this particular video, but if you're familiar with my style of analyzing cryptocurrency, if you've looked at my Bitcoin videos where I got into Bitcoin, I got in on this pretty much identical pattern every time that I got in on my big moves, where you see basically you see this little rollover and then you see a rally to the upside, and that's very prolific in crypto. But technical analysis aside, we're just here to teach you how to actually put your money to work in crypto using this platform. We can go over here and you can see the buy and sell. You can also see them here, right? So you can see the spread, which means that's the commission that the broker will take, that Vantage will take when you get in and out of the trade. The buy price, the sell price. We've also got this trading window here where you can buy and sell. So what we're going to do is we're going to click buy, Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to be able to put in our position size. Now this, you can see if you just adjust this here, you can see the trade size down here, okay, and it's going to automatically calculate the pip value, right, so the risk value and everything, and you can see how much in your account currency that you're putting into this trade. So I'm just going to leave this at 3. We're going to do 93 pounds, okay, and basically you can create a stop loss price and a take profit price here. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you a different way. So I'm going to buy this, and we're now in, right? So you can see that we're in the red, and that's because of the spread. So we've got, you know, we're 3. There's a 3. The spread is 3, and we bought, but we're in the red because of that spread difference. So we're kind of at a disadvantage as soon as you get in terms of making any profit. It's important you understand that, because people selling scalping systems and all that BS, you know, it's just shocking, honestly. So now we're in this, and look, you're now in. You've now trading the Ethereum against the US dollar, and we're now long. Okay, so we're now buying Ethereum against the US dollar. Now, if you hover over this, you see these two highlights here: stop loss and take profit. So your stop loss is where you're going to admit that you're wrong, where you want to basically buy back the position and admit that you're wrong. And the take profit is where you're going to be, whoops, let's just say modify, and the take profit is where you want to take the profit target. Okay, now if you've got a long-term view on this particular market, you're going to be, you know, you might have that just set way up. You might just be buying for the long haul. However, if you're trading it, you might need to, you know, you might want to take some profits off in a short period, right? So a short time horizon, and you're getting in and out, and maybe, you know, you're buying and selling the thing. I don't know, but the purpose of this video is to teach you how to actually deploy your capital into crypto using a platform that is trusted, you know, safe, and one that I've used personally. Okay, so if you do want to learn more about the intricacies of trading, I did a whole tutorial called Trading for Beginners, and you can go and watch that whole course. It's literally a 2.5-hour video that you can go and watch. But for the sake of this, we're now in. You know, we're now trading Ethereum against the US dollar, and we are long. Now, things to mention just lastly is you drop down to your account manager here, you're going to see details relevant to this particular setup. So you can see the positions we've got on now, which is a buy. Okay, you can see the quantity that we bought, and you can see all of the progress of that particular trade, where the current price, where your profit is. You can see account history, so you can, any trades that you've taken historically, you can see in here. Orders as well, orders that you've got pending, orders that you've got going. Notification log, so this is just general notifications of order placement and things like that. And that is pretty much it. You've got your balance here, credit, floating profit, equity, margin fees, margin level. And that's all going to depend on, you know, your personal situation and what your account balance is, but all of that information is nicely displayed here. What else? Anything else you need to know? I suppose we're looking at the daily time frame right now. You can come up and you could trade. Maybe you're looking to trade, if you're really looking to trade lower time frame stuff, you might be looking at 5 minute or the 1 minute. I highly recommend that you don't. If you're new and you're watching this video, stick to the higher time frames, at least until you've built some muscle memory and you've honed your skill at trading these markets, because the more volatility you have to deal with, the more headache it's going to be. So hopefully that was valuable. If you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comments. But there's enough information in this video to get you off and running, and at least I can sleep at night knowing that you're in the good hands of the Vantage platform, because at least it's user friendly, it's regulated, and it's a really nice platform. So if you don't know where to go, I'll put the links in the description for everything I mentioned. Until next time, take care, be safe in the markets, and I'll see you in the next one.